Time for another rank up. Here you go, good sir. Now, I'll take my Praetos blueprint, please. What? You're gonna give me the Felux BP, but you ain't gonna give me the Praetos? I'm gonna have to go... You've pissed me off today.
The next day.
Alright, we absolutely are back. Now that I have enough standing. We're gonna take a brief little detour of leveling up the Holdfasts, because the Praetos are these... They're that good, bro. I'm about to, like, stumble my words, because I'm so bashful, because the Praetos are in front of me, and I need to go build them now. Oh my god, I can build both the Felix and the Praetos, dude. This week, our weapons... They're gonna be epic! Hello, gamers! Welcome back to the Warframe Iron Man. Last week, we dipped our toes into the Zariman, and this week, we're gonna continue to do so. We have a couple more items to collect there. But take a look at my back. Why don't you? Oh my god! What is all of this? Let's come down here. It's a bunch of Zariman weaponry. Our loadout is looking quite fantastic. Oh! We got the Felarx, the Latum, and the Praetos. We're gonna be going ahead and leveling these weapons up this week. They'll be the focal point of our loadout. Because I didn't do a good job explaining this Incarnon tree here. Now, these Zariman Incarnons, they get 5 upgrades, but it's not as easy as the other ones that we get from Deviri. The Genesis adapters, the challenges are a lot more involved and require us to do various different things on the Zariman. I should have showed it off with the Latum, but I kind of forgot. So, well, right that wrong with these two amazing weapons we've got here. The Felarx is going to be an amazing shotgun. I'm so excited to have it. And we also have the Praetos, which unfortunately is probably going to replace the Glaive Prime. I know, that sounds like a sin to the Warframe Iron Man, but these things are such fat utility, which once we unlock that, we'll get into. But, you know the drill, gamers. We got to get a new Warframe. Before we do, we have to get one of our Warframes that we have eligible for a Prime, because I need a slot. And we're going to take another blind shot in the dark. I'm going to be Helminth Kome. She's been on the account for God knows how long, and I haven't played her. The whole point of me keeping her, because I was going to do some Omakuji shenanigans, but I don't care. I don't want to. So we're going to get rid of her today. We'll get access to Amamori. I'll write Helminth, but we're probably not going to use it ever. But Kome doesn't have a Prime, so what are we going to do for Prime eligibility? We're going to guess. And if we're wrong, that sucks. I'm going to guess she's going to get an additional dash polarity when she primes. And my reasoning behind this is because newest Prime Warframe Styonyx and Varuna, well, they just get an additional polarity. Styonyx gets another additional dash, and Varuna got an additional V. So I'm going to guess she's going to get another dash. If that's not the case, it's another V. But it is what it is. Yippee! Oh god. Now every time we elmit the character, it's gonna swap to Necros? Oh, that's peak. Well, I'm gonna swap off of him for now. And let's come over to our foundry. And gamers, you know the drill. Hallelujah! I love the wheel. Let me go ahead and add Gyre to the list, and let's see who we get. Please don't be Caliban. I forgot to craft him yet again. Well, I mean, it is the Zariman week Mark II. Oh, god damn it. Oh, well, that's fine. We could take Gyre out. I have one thing. She's still crafting. We'll take her out when it's time, and we'll level her. But I guess while we wait, that's fine. Let's go ahead and get these Incarnon weapons up to snuff. Now, let's come into here, and let's take a look. Our first challenge is just to get kills with the weapon. That's not a problem. Very easy. The second one should be getting kills with the Incarnon form. It's also pretty easy. So I'll cut back to when we're at the third form, or the third challenge, rather. And that's when things will get serious. And Orion. That was not a good joke. But wait! There's more! Actually, I totally remembered this. We have a Chesakubro, and I did another community post. Alrighty, so, the top comment for this community post, naming our Chesakubro, is gonna be Dog, no caps. Dude, what a fantastic name. I'm sure this is what you meant. What? Alright, so, I can't put parentheses, so this is the next best thing, alright? Boom. Dog, no caps. A little bit of lore to this Chesakubro. We may or may not have gone through a few, Master Rank fodders before we got a Chesakubro. The whole point of me getting a Chesakubro is because I thought it would help us loot things, but, well, when I loot things, I play Necros. And, you know it doesn't stack with Necros? Whoops. We're still gonna keep a Chesakubro just because I think, you know, it could be handy. Also, you loot at a rate of 3 corpses per second, and, Chesakubro can add on to, like, another looting every, what, 30 seconds or something? Less if we make a build that is actually worthwhile running. We can make it work. We'll try, alright? If not, I have bad news for you, Dog No Caps. You're on fraud watch. But, there's a few companions that gotta go before you, so, like, you know, you're safe for now. Anyway, gamers, I gotta go get kills with these weapons. I will be back, and, yeah.
12 seconds later.
Okay, so we did the first 2 challenges. The first one was just get kills. The second one was to get kills on Eximus units with the, Incarnon form, which I'll show off when we showcase Gyre. And then for the Praetos, it was just to activate the Incarnon form 6 times. That one's always a fun blessing. You just kill yourself 6 times after activating it, just to not waste as much time. Anyway, here's where they get fun, because now we have to do the random shit. And what that entails is if we come in here, for the Felarchs, we have to get 20 headshots on Void Angels with primary fire without reloading. This is a shotgun, so it does have, you know, multiple pellets per shot, but I came prepared. We have some multi-shot, and we have plenty of magazine capacity. Everything is going to be a-okay. And then for the Praetos, we just have to heavy attack 3 Thrax Centurions, or Legates. That is the easiest shit of my life. So, I'll be right back after we do that. Alright, next on the agenda is actually quite good, because it's what we're going to be doing this week. We have to close 12 Ruptures in Void Flood, and we have to do that for... Well, actually, all 3 of these weapons needed it. Now, the reason we want to do Void Floods is because we're only missing the Aeolak and the Hespar, from the Zariman. And, well, we get most of the Aeolak parts from Void Flood. So, that works out. And on top of that, 12 Ruptures closed is actually how we hit Rotation C, which is where the Aeolak pieces drop from. So, skadoosh, multitasking. And, you know, let's just get into it, and while we play, I'll explain the game mode. We're gonna swap to Wukong, he's really good for this. Alrighty, here we go, Void Flood Gaming. Now, as Wukong, I don't think we can cloud through those. We actually have to drop the cloud as soon as we hit the baubles, but that's fine. And this is it. Remember Deviri? Yep. This is what we got going on. Now, I do want to get hit a little bit because I have Hunter Adrenaline, and that gets me energy. Because we have Molt on. Molt is really good on Wukong if you just want to cloud spam, which is all I really care about using him for at like this point. Because Molt make you go faster, and it makes your efficiency go through the moon if you use Sculptor. And by through the moon, I mean max it out. It quite literally maxes out your efficiency because 175% is max. But of course, I don't have Sculptor finished yet. I still need to hop back into more Railjack and do that. But I'll do it at some point. Now that we have Incarnon weapons, that shit is going to take like actually 5 seconds once we get to the boss fight. I don't need to rely on Glaive spam as much. Anyway, we're about to go through a full rotation. Boom. Now we have to kill the Thrax attackers. You know, I probably should have swapped to our Furus. That would have been better. Our Latum, I haven't fully built it yet. I need to invest more into it, but now that we've got evolutions, this thing is quite good. But I will be back at Rotation C, and let's see if we get anything. Alrighty, we did it. Our final rupture. Now we just have to kill these Thrax guys, and then we're out of here. Oh, wow. I'm getting bodied. Anyway. Ghosts are out. Boom. A Moderite lens. Yeah, that's about right. Anyway, we'll farm this a bit later. For now, we're just worried about getting our Incarnons leveled up. So let's go back, and we'll talk about the final challenge. I just started doing another rupture. Oh! Aeolak stuck onto the receiver. Hey, we got the Aeolak receiver. That took a long time. I'm glad we're done. Holy. Alright, and our final challenge for both weapons is going to be completing a solo mission with an Incarnon weapon equipped. I gotta admit, guys, this one's tough. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to be able to do this one. It's quite challenging, completing a mission with an Incarnon weapon in every slot. Especially one solo. I shudder to think playing this game solo. Who would do that? Jeez, I hope we can do this mission. Yeah, that was actually, like, insanely challenging. Holy shit. Well, we're done with them now. I think I'll craft up Gyre, and we'll talk about her, as well as the weapons we got, and the Alternox, aka Mastery Fall. Alrighty, gamers! We're gonna go ahead and talk about Gyre now that she's crafted, as well as her signature primary and the Incarnons that we have crafted up, being the Latum, Praetos, and Felarch. Real quick, just to show it, here's the showcase build, and I'm gonna try to be fast because we have a lot to talk about. Anyway, let's start with Gyre's passive. Her abilities have a 10% chance to crit, depending on how many electricity procs are on the enemy. So, if we have a lot of electricity procs, which our kit is going to cover, don't worry, we're going to get a lot of crit chance on our abilities. Best way to show that is just to go straight into it with our first ability. We have Arc Sphere. If we throw this, it throws an Arc Sphere that does electricity damage, and you can see some of those procs are critting. Yeah, that's just a nice way to spread electricity procs, I guess. Her second ability is going to be Coil Horizon. We throw a ball, and after a brief duration, it's going to blow up into a grouping vortex. We can detonate this early if we just hold the ability, and it's just a grouping tool. It also does electricity, so we have a chance to crit there. Up next, we have Cathode's Grace, and I've swapped to the Torrid real quick because we have to get kills in order to maintain it. While this is active, we're going to get increased crit chance and energy regeneration for a short duration. Let's go ahead and shoot out a couple of these. You can see we're easily yellow critting. We pop this, and boom, we can hit orange crits. Now, if we get a bunch of kills, you can see our duration shoots right up. And that's very good, because normally Cathode's Grace has a very short duration. So we want to frag out as hard as we can in order to maintain that. And if we do so, we get a nice little boost to our crit and energy recharge, which is always a good thing. Oh, the turret's so good. Now, if we fail to kill enemies with Cathode's Grace while it's active, you'll see that the ability is actually going to go on a fat cooldown of 60 seconds. Now, this was a bit shorter because it takes into account the time that it's active. And yeah, we really want to frag out, or else we're doomed. Now, our final ability is going to be Rotor's Well, and if we pop this, we do a little bit of AoE lightning around us. If we were to get a critical hit, we'll actually do a lightning strike on the enemy that'll chain to nearby enemies as well. And this is just kind of good for fragging out, which is the whole point of my character. So, yeah, the best way I can show this is once we get into a mission, because 20 enemies at a time is no good. So let's go ahead and show off the build. This is what I've cooked up for our budget build. Unfortunately, I must note that Gyre is a little bit of a augment merchant. So let's talk about the augments we've got on. Our first one is going to be Cathode Current, where eliminating an enemy while Cathode's Grace is active will release an additional discharge from Rotor's Well with 200% damage and extend its duration by the same amount. What this is doing, pretty much, is it's making our lightning damage from our 4 a lot better, and it's also allowing us to maintain 2 abilities just by getting kills. And that's really good. And then we're on Reverse Rotor's Well, which is giving us 35% damage redirection towards the instigator as electricity damage. This is just a little bit of, I guess, damage control. For defense, we're on Rolling Guard and Helminth on this character, Pillage over the 1, just because I think shield gating on this character is like what you have to do. And then we are on continuity because I had 4 space left over, and it's the only thing I can fit with our range because we want our 4 and our pillage to actually hit things. For our arcanes, we're on energized, which probably is unnecessary. Maybe we'll be fine with just Cathode Grace and Rotor's Well being active, going on their own, and then spamming pillage as we need to. But just in case it's here, if our energy recharge rate isn't good enough, it is 1.5. So yeah, that's kind of dookie. But we also have on energy siphon, so it's actually more like 2.1 per second. And because we have no strength, we're on augmented to try to alleviate that a little bit. Now let's go on to the weapons, because there's a little bit to talk about here. Let's start with the Alternox, because I'm gonna keep it brief. This weapon sucks. It has a unique trait where alternate fire launches a sphere that pulses for 10 seconds before exploding. 20% multi-shot when wielded by Gyre. Get ready to see this and then never see it again. I'm going to level it and throw it in the trash. This is the primary fire, just shoots little electric bolts. And then our alt fire, it shoots out a arc sphere, pretty much. Wow! Anyway, it's Incarnon time, the more fun part. I'm just going to hover through so you can see the evolutions that I have for our weapons. Because we have quite a few, and you know, it is what it is. I guess I'll talk about the Latum and the Praetos a little bit more once we're done hovering over these. Let's go back to the Latum. A lot of people probably build this thing very smartly, which is to tank the crit chance as much as possible. And you might be like, "Gah? Crit really good." And you're right. However, the reason you do that is because in this Evolution 5, you have Devouring Attrition, which gives you your 50% chance to deal 2,000 bonus damage on non-crit hits. And, you know, if you're not critting, that's always activating, very good. But the real way to make that pop is to have negative crit Rivens, and I fucking despise the Riven system, so we're not doing that. So we're on bonus headshot and Incarnon charge, so that we can have this thing be a crit fiend. And then on hits that are neither critical or apply a status, we get 400% damage for 10 seconds. That's 1200% damage. If that gets stacked up, it's how we're going to be running that. And then the Praetos is a fat stat stick. Thanks to this sprint speed, slide, and parkour velocity that are always active, unlike our bow. Expect these things on our back at all times. On the Felarks, I kind of have it configured to be a swap fiend. We swap and mag dump with it to kill one target in particular. It should be very good, but let's show off how their Incarnons work. We'll start with the Praetos. You just smack things, and then once you get the Incarnon charge, you'll never guess that it evolves and it just does more Incarnon-y damage and attack speed. Yeah, they're boring. But the Felarks, though, not so much. We get a couple of shots, and we swap to our Incarnate form, and we get dual pistols now instead of being a shotgun. We could shoot them. They have big blasts, big punch through. They're just kind of sick. Although this thing is much better in its primary form. I say better, but I mean, it looked like shit there, but we don't have like a companion, or this isn't really fully built. The Latum I've used a bit more, so it'll be easier to show how good this thing is, though. Normal secondary, for the most part. It just shoots projectiles. It has pretty chunky recoil, but you could fix that with its evolutions. But when we cast our Incarnon form, it's now a machine pistol with AoE. These weapons are really good, but I think the best way to show them off is going to be that we're going to jump into a Cascade, which is something we still have to farm for our Aeolak and Hespar. So let's see how good Gyre can be. Although, unfortunately, Felarks, you're not going to be the best thing we could use for this, so I'm going to swap back to the Torrid, because I want to at least show off Gyre, and it's very important that we have a weapon that mogs, and I think it will. Alright, we're in a Steel Path Void Cascade. I hope this doesn't go wrong for us. To show off what Gyre can do, I'm going to be very blunt. It's, you know, not much. Oh, and there we go. I'm already down. This casting time is ridiculous. Anyway, let's start getting our stuff going, shall we? Gotta get a little bit of energy so that I can use my other abilities. Here we go. Rotor's Well is on, and now we can shield gate with pillage. So, Now we're looking pretty good. Anyway, we're here in the Void Cascade because we're looking for the Hespar and the Aeolak parts. If we could get that, that'd be pretty sick. I don't think I'm gonna play Gyre to 16 Exilizers here, which is a full rotation C session. I think we're just gonna go, a couple, and then get out of here, skedaddle, and go play a better character. But I mean, let's talk about Gyre a little bit because this is gonna be her one and only time to shine. She's okay. her kit is just kind of like eh. Augment Merchant aside, it's doing stuff. The lightning procs, the extra crit chance, energy regen, there's stuff here. Unfortunately, I think it's just kind of too low. The novelty of your abilities critting is like whatever, because it's like instead of doing 1,000 damage, you're doing like a little bit more than that. So it's not really a big deal that you're hitting crits with your abilities, and otherwise you're just kind of slightly a weapons platform with, I guess, light crowd control with the lightning procs. I keep saying lightning. Oh my god, it's electricity procs. But I feel like the best way I can summarize how I feel about this character is just like whelmed. She got stuff, she's doing things, but it's not like wowing my socks off or anything. She does feel really squishy in this, which is very important to me. I don't like squishy characters, even though we are shield gating to survive. That 1600, 1800 shields we get up to, that don't really mean much when they chew through it like instantaneously. Of course, we are shield gating, so the time we're invulnerable because of the shield gate is really fat. But this is just like a very whelming character. It is what it is. Not everyone's a banger. We'll get to another set of whelming brothers very shortly if we roll them on the wheel. But this is the Zariman character. And think about how many good things we've gotten from this place. And then there's Gyre here, which is like, this is okay. It's kind of crazy. Also, her weapon sucks. I can't emphasize that enough. The Alternox is poo-poo. Anyway, we're just about done here. I'm going to start farming up the Hespar and Aeolak parts. So I'll jump to the highlights of that. I had a clip where I actually got the Aeolak barrel quite a while ago, so it's going to play that first, and then we'll get the Hespar handle, and we'll move on to Void Armageddons. Jumped into another Cascade because, ooh, they're so good. Also, I need to farm some Void Traces, and Aeolak barrel. That's a pretty good pickup. I also got another Wukong piece, but that's besides the point. The Aeolak, there'll be plenty of these in the future, but for now, this is more important than anything. Hey, that's the Hespar handle. We are now done.
Bruh.
Alright, and here we are in our favorite game mode ever, Void Armageddon, and I'm being so capful, bro. This is not our favorite game mode ever. And now we are going for the Hespar Blade. Yeah, that's it. The only thing that drops here of note is the Hespar Blade, and it shouldn't be too bad. Although this game mode is very, very boring. Anyway, the whole goal of this is just to defend this singular piece here. I mean, we've already shown it. Yeah, we just do a little bit of killing here. I believe it's 30 enemies per zone. And that alternates 3 times before you have to fight a Void Angel. And, but gamers, I don't really have notes. Most of the time, this game mode is just running around between spots, because 30 enemies is nothing. For this one, I'm gonna keep it even briefer. We're gonna just, we're gonna cut to when we get the rewards. Hey, Hespar Blade! That is all we need from Void Armageddon, funnily enough, so we are out. I'm never playing this shit game mode ever again. Woohoo! Rank 5! Yay! And, well, I think I'll take another augmented, please. Alrighty, there is the Aeolak, and let's come over here and we'll type in the Hespar. They are done, gamers. And we are now rank 5 with the Zariman. All that's left is to just, casually play through it and collect up some arcanes, get some rep, get some stuff, and then we're out of there. For now, gamers, that's going to do it for this episode of the Warframe Iron Man. Next week, I think we need to do something very important, which is to go through and clear out the star chart, finally, on Steel Path. We have the weaponry to do it. It would not be that hard at all. So we're going to just go through our checklist and get all of these planets done. But until then, gamers, I just want to thank y'all for watching. If you found this video and aren't caught up to the entirety of the Warframe Iron Man, I have a playlist linked down in the description for you. Otherwise, gamers, like the video if you liked it. You can dislike it too. I upload to the Warframe Iron Man every Tuesday at 1 p.m. PST. And I upload to a mini-series Thursday. And I stream every Wednesday and Friday. Thank y'all for watching. I'll see you in the next one.